Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Red
How
Boy
are
is
you?
determined.
Good morning.
Mira, where are we now?
Gareth, we were having a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning.
So how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's it like being in the future?
It's very nice.
Who's the president?
You are.
Oh my god!
Yes. No wonder the sun exploded.
By the time this comes out, people have known this for a year.
Mira, can you please tell the story about how your grandfather invented potassium?
Yeah. My grandfather invented potassium.
It's kind of a short story, really. I have no idea why I asked you to tell it. I could have said it myself.
Why?
It was
why,
it was the
why did
same
you
way
just-
how Tony Stark created a new element. He had a big laboratory and he just made two beams hit each other and he invented bananas. The end.
You know what? I kind of like Iron Man 2. That's one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen in a movie. Like
Yup.
it's never referenced again in the entire
Yep.
MCU because it's so
Congratulations, you made a
fucking
new
stupid.
element. Oh,
It's
alright.
so fucking stupid.
It's a triangle.
My grandfather.
I love his face. He's like, oh shit, I can't breathe down here. Fuck.
This is why Toon Link is best Link. Like, just all these emotions, just the fact that this is his first adventure. He's not a veteran. He's so great.
None of the links are veterans, really.
No, none. I mean, I think we've already established that at most they're like on their second game, and even then, by their second game, they've had all their shit fucked with them that they have to basically start over.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hi.
I don't understand why Phantom Hourglass Link only has 3 hearts, but okay.
Well, he caught scurvy between the two games.
No, Phantom Hourglass Link is Bread Boy, because Bread Boy only has 3 hearts.
Hey.
Bravo.
See, this OP is canon to the Zelda timeline.
This game is necessary to the timeline, so yeah.
He's a big bad boy.
Everyone say thank you to Miwa for saving the Zelda timeline.
I like how
and FTCR in general.
I like how
no.
Hyrule right now is essentially Bikini Bottom. They're underwater, but there's still water.
Clearly, whoever
Like-
wrote this game doesn't understand the basic physics of underwater.
Just love how characters in SpongeBob can die of thirst. That's the best thing ever.
I hope they do.
I like the use of sepia.
So,
They changed it was
there's
black and
a-
white in the original, but then they changed it instead to have this sort of like, I don't know, more brown color over the time
It's-
freeze.
it's not entirely black and white. It's just incredibly desaturated. It reminds
That's
me
it.
a lot of Corpse Bride in a way. Like, that movie wasn't shot in black and white. They just made everything black and white. Like, the puppets were black and white.
I'm gonna say it. I never finished Corpse Bride. I thought it was fucking boring.
It is a boring movie. You're right.
The opening song is so fucking dull.
It is. But the art is cool.
It looks. That's the thing with every single Tim Burton movie. It looks good, but it's fucking either boring or has a really bland script.
You didn't like Edward Scissorhands?
Edward Scissorhands, it's a visual masterpiece, but the script is it's extremely by the numbers.
You know what? It's been too long since I've seen it, so I can't even judge it.
I like it when he threw a phone.
He what?
He threw a phone.
He threw a phone.
That's like the best part of the whole movie.
I really like Frankenweenie.
I like the part where Edward Scissorhands tries to jerk off and cuts his dick off.
Oh,
I was about to say Tim Burton's best film is Big Fish, but he didn't write that. It was based on a book, so never mind.
Yeah, that's always.
He didn't write it. He only
he never
wrote
writes
Edward
any of his
Scissorhands and co-wrote Nightmare Before Christmas.
I feel like that's always
No,
a problem with Tim
wrote
Burton.
No, Stefan, he wrote the original story that was then fleshed out and adapted by somebody else. The
wrote-
original
he wrote the-
It
he
was
wrote
a
story.
the poem
poem.
for
It was a
Nightmare Before
poem at
Christmas.
best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like if you read the poem, is actually pretty different from the movie.
Yeah.
Like the
Not pretty,
movie,
it's
the movie
sorta
is not a
different.
one-to-one adaptation of that story whatsoever. But yeah, his best movie is Ed Wood.
Ooh, that is a good
Ed Wood's a
one.
great fucking movie. Closely followed by Mars Attacks.
I haven't seen Mars Attacks.
Mars
in a
Attacks
while.
is I don't know. Mars Attacks is a decent movie.
Dude, could you
Mars
imagine?
Attacks is fucking so stupid and goofy. I love it.
Could you
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it
great.
fucking you have what is it? It's like Sarah Jessica Parker and Pierce Brosnan having their heads put on tiny dog bodies. What's not to love about that?
Exactly.
Could you imagine a movie made today that just has the entire like U.S. Congress blown up? Like, I
I'm
don't.
sorry.
Wow, dude, Mars Attack, like just,
Ki-
they blow up all.
Kingsman did that. Kingsman did that.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
Also, we pulled the time plug, so now all the time is going down the drain.
Is that how time works?
It's relative, bro. Who cares?
I think this is how it works in Cratch and Clank.
Yeah, Einstein proved that when time stops, everything goes black and white. Pay attention, everyone.
Oh, and
This
look, now,
will be
now
on the
there are
exam.
enemies here. Good job.
See, now, Wind Waker turns into a Dark Souls game.
Is Wind Waker the Dark Souls of Zelda?
Absolutely not. Everyone knows that Skyward Sword is the Dark Souls of Zelda games.
Is Wind Waker the Crash Insane Trilogy of Zelda games?
Is FTCR the Dark Souls of Let's Plays?
No.
Well, there's the Master Sword. Yeah, whatever.
Mine. And then Breath Boy runs away.
Red Boy knows what's up. He knows that the Master Sword belongs in a museum.
Bread Boy meets World.
So Tetra is Tetrapanga.
Tetrapanga!
This just goes to show how incredibly slow I am, but those are Dark Nuts and Moblins, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I call them pigmen.
It's like some of the best things about these enemies is that they're reimaginings of just your original Zelda 1 enemies. I mean, Dark Nuts are still a fucking pain in the ass like they were in Zelda 1, and Moblins just sort of feed into the whole, King Pig with his little pig minion enemies.
Well, these enemies aren't that bad. You just you lock on and you wait for the end
No,
flash.
they're I feel like they're just multi-step
Just like in real life.
in this game, unless you get that good angle from behind to cut the threads. But like in Zelda 1, they're legitimately like fucking awful enemies, and then in this game, they're just waiting for your button prompt.
What is it with fantasy stories where the horde of evil creatures are always pig things?
Like,
Like the orcs in Lord of the Rings, the Moblins right here.
I never really saw the orcs as pig-like.
Yeah, I don't. That's a no from me, Chief.
Ogre-like.
Ogres aren't pig-like.
Hey, ogres
Yeah,
have layers.
I wouldn't say Shrek doesn't look like a pig. He looks like an onion.
How do you look like an onion?
You look like what? You fucking have to draw a diagram? Steven, draw a picture of an onion for the fun.
All right, I'll just go on Stefan's Twitter and find a photo of him. I'm joking. That was mean,
Dude, me with the snipe.
right?
That's fucked up, Smoothies.
Yeah, that was low for me.
The Dark Nuts.
But it doesn't get much lower than Stefan.
I am
Because
pretty
he's
small.
short.
Don't worry.
Hard at Small Boys Club. It's okay.
Am I the only person? You know what, because Mexi, I apologize, buddy, because I forget. It's been a while since I've been in face to face with you. I forget exactly your height, but am I the only person in this tour who is the average height of their gender?
Wait, what is your height, Gareth?
I'm like a fraction away from 6 foot. I am
average,
practically the average male height is 5'8".
5'9", but yeah.
And like, cause you and Stefan are both 3'7".
I'm 5'6". I'm 3 below, and you're 3 above.
So Mexi, I forget, how tall are you?
Oh no, I'm a small boy. I'm 5'6".
Okay, so
5'1".
Doom.
You know, Stefan looks taller because he always has that dopey.
Find the computer
He
room.
always looks
Wait,
taller than
hold
he
on.
is.
Find the computer room. More like find the top shelf.
I wear my squid hat, which adds a couple 2 feet.
Hats don't
He
count.
wears his squid hat and he wears his platform boots that are 6 feet. I'm the tallest person who ever lived.
See, now,
That's all he
now
says.
Gareth can put cookies on the top shelf. The rest of us can't
I'm
reach
the
them.
tallest person who ever lived.
I look like Rigby's brother.
When people try
God,
to talk to Stefan, all he says is, shh, shh, I'm the tallest person who ever lived.
The next time we do a great debate. So, Stefan, please tell us why Sonic and the Secret Rings is a good game.
I'm the tallest,
tallest
person
person
who ever lived.
And Chris is just like, I like video games.
People aren't going to get these jokes unless they watch the previous episode. Stop doing callbacks.
It's called canon.
Again, I call back to my favorite joke in Lego Sonic when people just says, "It's no wonder you have no subscribers."
Look, if Nomura can make a video game that doesn't explain fucking everything, we can make videos that don't explain everything.
Look, see, the Zelda games don't explain anything, and their timeline is completely fucked up. So maybe we should explain stuff. We should have some chronology and continuity.
It's just like Sonic Forces. Doesn't explain who any of those characters are, and they do nothing with them. Just like our lives.
It's just like when you say Chicken Hop is Cha Buddy, some people don't get it and they don't laugh, and other people don't laugh even though they do get it.
Some people don't laugh because they get it.
That's what I said.
Point is, no one's laughing.
Some people don't laugh because they don't get it though.
And some people don't
I
laugh
also
because they
said
can't
that.
laugh.
People love when they do it.
That was a great impression of Steven there, Mila.
Oh, I thought
Good
I was in
dong.
I thought I was listening to myself in the game. Where did you get that recording of me?
I may have sold you out here, Steven.
Good job.
I may
How
have
much did
sold
Mila
you
pay you?
out.
Stick.
Not gonna lie, she offered me Rice Krispie treat and like 2 fruit gushers.
Not even a whole pack, you slut.
You cheap fuck.
There's a very big sword.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, but I'm good.
Hmm.
I feel like this
Are we
is
almost done here?
kind of like the hardest that the mandatory game really gets. Really until I don't know, like I guess the late game dungeon, but
Yeah, this game is pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the easiest Zelda games, which is why I like it.
I mean, Miwa
What would
cleared
you
it.
say is the easiest Zelda game?
Oh, easiest Zelda game for me, I would say, is Link Between Worlds. That game is so easy.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one.
Link's crossbow training.
Oh,
Now, Link's crossbow training can be pretty difficult to get the A ranks.
If you're fucking we didn't say A rank, we should complete the game. Link's crossbow training.
I would say Wind Waker HD specifically. Like if you say easiest to like get through the whole game, Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD. Those are all pretty kind of all put together to get you just
I
through
think
the whole Zelda
Link to
game.
Link to the Past is fairly like it's not. I wouldn't say like super easy, but I'd say it's like
Mm.
it's
I
easy
think-
to go through.
I think the second half.
I'm sure the ice dungeon would give a lot of people trouble.
Yeah. Heck, once you hit the Dark World, a lot of people just sort of rage quit.
Yeah.
I was able to beat it, so there should be something to it, and I suck at games. So.
Or Stefan, have some confidence and be proud that you beat the best Zelda game.
It's
I 100%ed Link to the
it's my
Past.
second or third favorite. I forget where on the whole it lands.
Ooh. If this HD release of Link's Awakening is successful, I hope they do this with all the top downs.
So that was the thing that got me kind of excited, was that remake of the Oracle games, because I'm not down for the Link's Awakening remake, but I totes want to see an Oracle remake.
You're not down with it? Aw,
No, it looks great. I'm just
Actually,
not excited. Like, have fun. I'm not feeling anything from it.
I like
just-
Awakening more than the Oracle games.
Mexie's just mad because Link looks like a discount Funko Pop. in that
He
game.
can look like however he wants. I think it's all adorable. I'm just, I
fucking
love the
adorable.
original. I'm probably just gonna go back and play it some more.
But now it's in HD widescreen, 30 frames.
30?
I
The
wouldn't be-
game's on Switch. The game's
I
on
wouldn't
Switch,
be
right?
surprised. It's going to be in Switch, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo still keep it at 30 frames.
Oh, they probably will.
I feel like they're gonna have to add stuff. They're gonna have to add a lot to it to make a game to move a Game Boy game to a Switch.
Well, again, see, this is the thing.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, this would date the LP, but earlier today, Steven and I were talking about this because there was we were different uses of the words of discounted price, but I can't see how, unless they add a shitload to it, how they could charge, say, full price $60 for Wind Waker, sorry, for Link's Awakening remade.
I don't think they will.
I hope they don't.
I think they could.
Because it's Zelda. They shouldn't, but because it's a Zelda title.
They did. Remember,
on a
Samus
console.
Returns. They did the Zelda, or they did the Samus 2. That was a Game Boy game. They sold the remake full price.
But that was
Yeah,
also a
but-
handheld game, so it was already
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah, but like a full price handheld game is typically 40,
Yeah.
not 60, which is because it's going on the Switch. They could technically set it at 60. I hope they fucking don't, because again, Link's because it was just on the Game Boy game, even though it had a save feature, it's still not the longest Zelda game. It's pretty short, so I can't see how they could justify 60 unless they just expand it a lot or put in a bunch of like post game shit.
I
And
don't
you can
think
still
it
buy
will
it for like
60.
$5 on one of the eShops.
Hey.
Yeah, watch them pull a Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and remove the original from all the eShops, so you have to buy the expensive remake. Because I love Nintendo, they make a lot of great games, but when it comes to a lot of their pricing policies, they're kind of woefully outdated. The fact that if you go into a store, you can find like a Walmart that still sells Wii games.
Yep.
I guarantee
Yep.
you will see like Smash Brothers Brawl.
Yep.
Still like being charged for $60.
Yep.
Well,
it's
50,
like-
because Wii games were 50 back in the day, right?
I thought I'm pretty sure they were
Yeah,
60.
no, they were
I
50.
thought-
Yeah, they were 50.
They were 50, I
50?
think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But like still, like you should not be charging full price for a game from 2 consoles ago.
Well, in Japan, games are priced completely differently, aren't they, Miwa?
Yeah, they don't have a fixed price. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the equivalent of $100 for just
So it's
the
worth
game.
every penny.
Ew! Take that back, you fucking...
And
Take it
$100
back.
is the regular price of games over here. So
Or I'm not putting
Canada
out...
sucks.
But that's different.
Yeah, fuck you, Canada boy.
Yeah, I remember once Miwa was looking at Red Dead Redemption 2, and she's like, oh, that'd be a very expensive game. And I'm like, you mean $60, right? And she's like, no.
$600.
Fuck my country.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.